What's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jamie B. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be creating a beautiful green look with the Makeup Revolution Chilled palette. I did receive this in PR last week, and I will put the video up where I unboxed the whole box, but I thought I would get a look up for you guys with this palette because I think it's so beautiful and it's only $15. So if you're excited to see how this look turns out and my thoughts and opinions on how these eyeshadows work, then go ahead and keep watching. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm doing is I am going in and I am prepping my eyes with the usual Master Prep and Set by Mario. And also, please ignore this. Ugh, I have like this creature just living on my friggin' face and I hate it so much. Alright, so we're gonna go into the palette. So this is the palette. It is so beautiful. And it is $15 for an 18 pan palette, which I think is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal price for 18 shadows. And they're pretty decent size shadows too, and pretty beautiful colors. I have swatched this palette, but I have not actually like used it. So I'm excited to do so and let you guys know my thoughts. It's decent too, like it's pretty heavy duty. I mean, it is like that cheap metal, but it's a pretty heavy duty palette, so I'm excited to try it out, see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to use really any of the browns because I'm not really a big fan of any of those colors, but I might use Relax at some point. So I think I'm going to go in with Plant, which is this green right here, and I'm going to place that somewhere on my face. Somewhere. So I'm going in with a dense blending brush. I think I'm going to do like a halo eye. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to just pack that color on the outer corner a little above the crease, so it is a little patchy. So that's the first thing I noticed, but it is very pigmented. Holy moly. All right, and now I'm gonna go in with Plant on the inner corner and Meet in the middle. I love this color. I've been loving greens lately. Obviously, check out the hair, but I really have been like into greens so much lately. I did a bright green look last week and I'll go ahead and link that for you guys above to check out, but I really enjoyed doing that fun beautiful festive colors. I know that like I've seen a lot of videos on like TikTok and stuff where like natural looks are like the more way to go, where it's like nothing and like just a foxy winged liner.
Stop it, get some help.
And I'm just sitting here like that. I'm not about that vibe. Like, I will always be a bold, bright look kind of person. Like, on a regular day basis when I don't have time, sure, like, no makeup look is the way to go. But, like, if I have time to sit down and do my makeup, I'm doing it bold and I'm doing it bright. So there's not too much fallout with this palette either. But like I said, it's a little patchy. So I do have to kind of build up where it is patching away. So I'm hoping that when I blend it, it's not going to cause it to do that. So now that I have that green color laid, I think I'm going to go in with a light fluffy blending brush and I'm going to go in with Relax and just kind of blend out that top portion. And I'm just going to come up around where I place the color and give it a nice little blend. So it's not really blending out, if that makes any sense. It actually doesn't look like it's moving at all. So this color isn't very dark, so you're not gonna see it as vibrant as you would like the other colors, but I don't like the other browns. This green really just isn't budging on the blending. Okay, so that's a little annoying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with that same brush that I used to place it and just pick a little of that green back up and blend with the green into that light brown, which is doing much better. So actually blending the green is doing better than blending the brown into it. Because the problem is you have to be careful when it comes to like greens and browns, and this is the reason that I won't go into like that cool tone brown, is because if you're not careful, this can turn into a very mucky situation and be a mucky looking look. You don't want that. So I'm gonna go with Leaf, which is this super like bright green, and I'm also gonna put a little bit of that around the edges and see just a little at a time and just see if that kind of helps make it less mucky and more green. Oh, I do like that. So it just kind of blended it a little bit more for me, more to my liking, and it kept that green instead of that mucky like brown that was turning into. I like this a lot better. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with some P. Louise base. I already have some here from when I cleaned up my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush and put it on that center and clear out a nice chunk of metal to put a shimmer in there. Usually I do just like a little piece, but this time I think I'm gonna focus more on that shimmer popping than the color, because the green is gonna pop on its own no matter what, but I feel like really making that shimmer that I'm putting down pop. And I know it kind of looks crazy, but I don't like for these to be 100% parallel, if that makes sense, just because I feel like then it's like, it looks like I kind of have like fake eyeballs, like I'm trying to draw that, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying though. I just liked it. I like it to have a little bit of imperfection so it doesn't look so perfect. I don't know. Do you get what I mean? So I'm going in with this gold here, which is Acapulco. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I did look it up and I'm 110% certain it is a marijuana. But I'm going in with that gold shimmer on a flat synthetic brush, and I'm just going to put it right over where I just laid that color. It doesn't have as much payoff as I was hoping. So I'm going to put the gold on the outside, and I think I'm going to go in with Calm right here and put that on in between. I'll show you. Because that one looks like it's going to be a little bit more shimmery. It's shimmery. It's just not as like, whoo, as I thought it was going to be. And if it's messy, that's okay. I'm gonna clean it up. So I did go in with my MAC brush and it picked it up a little bit more, but this color is not, it's not as boom as it looks in the pan. So that's one thing I don't like about that. Alright, so now I'm gonna go and place that Calm, which was that really bright like yellow. It's like a white yellow over top of the gold, just to give it more of a pop. I don't know how I feel about the shimmers. I'm going to go in with a small, super small pencil-like blending brush back into Plant and just start to blend out these lines so they are not so fierce. It looks super sharp right now. So I'm going to go in with my MAC brush instead and just kind of like sweep it, because I don't feel like that is blending, or this will shift it. Do you see how it kind of like shifts it where this is still very much straight? I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of loving it. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of that leaf color again. I'm putting a little bit of this leaf color again, just right in between that Plant color and the Acapulco, the gold. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's gold. And I'm just gonna go kind of like back in with my finger with the Calm color, that like white yellow, and just pop some color over it all, because your finger, you can kind of be more light and it'll kind of just like blend it out there. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, if nothing I say makes sense, you guys can totally tell me, Jamie, that doesn't make sense, and I'll try to figure out a better way of telling you. I'm just going in with really nothing on this brush and just blending over where I put the shimmer. It's actually turned out not so bad, not so bad. So I will say that it didn't have a lot of fallout, which is kind of surprising, because usually for pigmented palettes like this, or like very vibrant colors, you do get quite a bit of fallout, but I don't really see any. I'm going in with Makeup Revolution's 5D Lash Mascara as well. Extra Dimension Mascara, Lift and Define. I did not find that this was like the worst mascara, but I just feel like it doesn't lift as much as some of the other ones that I have had recently, like the Maybelline whatever. That one does pretty well, where this one is nice for like, it definitely lifts those lashes, but it doesn't do the clumping like the Maybelline one does, so I kind of like that. So I'm going to go into the Makeup Revolution Pore Perfecting Primer. It is very similar to the e.l.f. and Tatcha Silk Canvas, so the Tatcha Silk Canvas and the e.l.f. Putty, I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but I barely use it. I do use it, I just don't use it as much. So I don't really need a lot of like pore smoothing, because I don't get a lot of like pore issues. Look at that monstrosity. So before I continue, I'm going to put a little green goodness right there to kind of combat the red of the monster growing on my face. And now I'm going in with the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, which was all the rage on TikTok. And quite honestly, I do love it. Like, it does make a big difference under my eye. So today I'm going to be going in with two Huda foundations. I'm going to be using the Faux Filter Stick Foundation in Toasted Coconut. And I'm just going to lightly swipe some of this all over my face. The reason I go in with this one and the liquid faux filter is because my liquid faux filter is a little too dark and my stick one is a little too light. So I started mixing them and I kind of love how it feels and the coverage of it. So I love mixing these two. I'm a big mixer of foundations. One, I'm a terrible shade match, so let's start there. To be honest though, like I haven't been able to really try any foundations since the pandemic and all that. So, but on top of that, I am like a terrible shade match. So what I do is I like to just mix and match my foundations. So I'm going in with the Morphe foundation brush and I'm just going to start swiping the liquid faux filter all over my face. It's just too, I don't feel like it's a bad shade. It's just the undertones are way too golden, so it does make me look a little yellow and orange. If you guys, by the way, do not have this foundation brush, I reviewed this and I'll go ahead and put it up for you. I don't care for the sponge, but I love this brush. I love how it's slanted and I feel like I can really, like I don't know that I've ever had a brush like this because I feel like I can really get into the areas that I need to. So I like to apply it with a makeup brush because I feel like it applies better, but then I like to go through and really just press with a beauty sponge because I think it really gets it into my face. So I'm going in with my Kylie Cosmetics concealer in Ivory, not Ivy. I am just blending in that foundation. Alright, so I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. I did recently in a haul get the loose like magic whatever setting powder from Charlotte Tilbury and I actually was not the biggest fan of it. I could feel it immediately just like drying my skin out, so I don't know that I am the biggest fan of that powder. I'm going in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics Duo. This is currently like my go-to bronzer and blush setup and I really, really enjoy it. I gotta find out if she's come out with any more because I need to get a darker shade in the bronzer department. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a different blush. I think I'm gonna go in with Twilight from the Lunar Beauty palette. Can you see that? Just cut it right here. It's very pretty, very cute. Very peachy, pinky color. I'm just going to go crazy because I freaking love blush. I'm just so excited that blush like has just become more and more loved because I am obsessed with blush. I did do like a poll thing. I think it was like on ColourPop's Instagram stories. I don't remember. And it was like, you know, which one has to go? A lot of blush or I don't know. I think it was like gem on your eyes. Whatever. Not the point. The point is more people chose gem on their eyes than blush. And I was offended. Alright, so I'm going into the MAC Double Gleam highlighter. The nose, some on that nose, and take it up. Take it up, take it up, take it up. Alright, so I'm going in with the ABH Dewy Set Setting Spray. So I'm using the Siren Lashes from House of Lashes. This is like the first time in forever that I have not used a pair of Lunar Beauty lashes. So jot that down. I really am obsessed with his lashes. Like they're so fucking nice. Siren is my favorite from the brand. I use these all of the time. I will say that I'm getting way more proficient in putting on lashes. It literally takes me 2 seconds. Yeah, like it used to take me forever, I feel like, to do my lashes. And then now it's just like literally taking me less than a minute to do both of them and I'm out the door. So that's a goal that I met. Progress. Anybody else excited for that? No, just me. Cool. You guys don't understand. It used to take me forever. So I'm gonna take that dark green, the plant color, and I'm gonna do it on the outer corner and the inner corner, and then we're gonna pop some of that shimmer right in the center as well. I love these chunky pencil brushes. It takes like way less time to cover my lid. And now I'm gonna go into the Acapello color mixed with Glam, mixed with Calm, and put it right in the center underneath where the top center is. So instead of placing one and then placing the other shimmer, I just mixed them together so I could just place them at one time directly under the center shimmer above my eye. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in with Plant and just kind of blend it in. Always blend, blend, blend. I think I'm gonna go in with Calm and put that on my inner corner. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. It's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off camera, put on my lipstick, fix my hair, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I will definitely say I like and dislike this palette all at the same time. So in using it, you can tell that it is a drugstore palette. What do I mean by that? I'm not throwing shade or hate. Is a lot of the shimmers, they are nice, but they're not boom in your face. It does take a while to work them up. The greens, I had some patchy issues, but again, we're able to correct them. It's not, I've had a palette where it's a drugstore palette and it's, you know, 100% miserable and I just couldn't do anything with it. That was not the case with this palette. I do feel as though I was able to correct that patchiness at first when I was putting the green on. I do really, really love the colors and the aesthetic of this palette. I will probably never really use these cool tone browns here just because I feel like greens and cool tone browns do not belong together because it's a mucky situation. If you don't blend it properly or it's blended too much, it can turn very mucky and muddy looking. So I just tend to stay away from these colors when I'm using greens. I do really, really enjoy the greens. The mattes I think were my actual favorite of the palette. For $15, I don't see why you don't have this palette. It is still available on Ulta. It's not that it's discontinued or anything, but it's $15 and I think the look turned out really, really nice. You do have to kind of just work with those shimmers and build them up, but honestly, you can use like a setting spray to wet your brush. You can really just work with that because unfortunately in this industry, nothing is consistent. So some little shimmeries are amazing, some shimmeries are not, but as long as you are just working with them and knowing how to apply them, then I think that you're gonna be fine. I think that for $15, this palette is beautiful. If you love greens or you wanna start using more greens and kind of testing the water, but don't wanna buy a really expensive palette, then I think this palette's gonna be for you. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing to look at with the colors. So I'm a big fan, and I say for $15, if you don't have this palette, you need to run to Ulta and you need to get this palette. Like, just look, it's so pretty. I do hate glitters, but these are just so, like, they're so pretty. I'm so excited. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you like how this look turned out. Let me know down below if you have this palette. What are your thoughts? Do you enjoy it? I'm sure most of you, if you have it, have probably had it longer than I have because this is not a new palette, but I really, really do enjoy it. And like I said, for $15, it's definitely worth having in your collection because there are so many other palettes that are astronomically expensive that I really wish I had never bought. So with that being said, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you liked how this look turned out. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I do 6 videos every single week and you don't want to miss out on those, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!